Okay, relax, relax. Whew, just hit the live button.
Yeah, boy.
We are live. We are live. The 22 is on the scene. Look at me. Y'all already know what this is. This is the Views from the 22 Thursday night pregame show. I am Germ So True. That is Victor Santana, and otherwise known as the Scout Extraordinaire Vic Jr. himself. We are here tonight, and we are going to talk some football. I just encourage everybody to hold on to your seats, grab your popcorn, and let's get this thing going. Vic, holler at the people.
Yes, sir. Just looking forward to another week of football. Last week was pretty hectic, pretty crazy. Unfortunately, we got injuries on the docket tonight, bro. So it's one of these situations where are we gonna be excited to watch this game or what? What is it? What is it gonna be?
Absolutely. So, as I let everybody get in and get comfortable and everything like that, Vic, looking forward to this is week 9 of the NFL season.
hmm
What are we looking forward to this week as we turn the clock on the second half of the season, pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, basically, see what teams are gonna start pulling away in their divisions. What teams are going to be the competitors, what teams are not going to be the competitors. For example, the Raiders, they got the Chargers this week. Are they going to show their division that and the rest of the NFL that they're ready for a playoff run? Who else we got, bro? You got anybody else on the schedule that you think
You got
are?
the Ravens. You got the Ravens versus let's see, who are the Ravens playing again this week? The Ravens are playing the Colts. I think that's going to be an interesting matchup this week.
Mhm.
Seattle and Buffalo are going to be going toe to toe this week. The Texans and the Jags. That's always an entertaining game. Um, man, look, the Dolphins and the Cardinals is an interesting game.
Yes, yes.
Um,
You
we
talking
got some
about the number
things.
one? You talking about the number one defense right now for the Dolphins?
So let's talk briefly about the Dolphins real quick. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the Dolphins for a quick second. Shouts out
Let
to
me.
all the Dolphin contingency. Um, we didn't really expect for them to be that, we didn't expect for them to be a good football team this year. But it's not because of anything other than we just, a couple pieces away. That type of stuff happens. So that is what it is. But here's the most important part. I watched that Dolphins game actually again
Mm,
earlier.
hmm
The defense did a very good job against Jared Goff of just getting in passing lanes. I mean, you show some pressures, you drop back into some coverages, you confused them. You had about 10 batted balls, it felt like, which I thought was crazy in
hmm
this game. And overall, I gotta be honest with you. Tua's performance was underwhelming for a lot of reasons, but the biggest thing that I take from that is they still don't have the adequate weapons for them to be able to get to the next level with this quarterback.
Right.
So as they develop, we'll see more. Vic, I'm gonna let you jump in on this, and then I'll come back.
Yeah. No. I mean, you see a secondary, bro. That I mean, that's covering very well. They're talking about is Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. Can't believe I'm drawing a yeah. You on mute, puppy. But Byron Jones, who the Cowboys just let walk away. You know what I mean? Because they just couldn't find the money, I guess, according to them, to pay him, and now they're struggling big time in that secondary. So you got Byron Jones, you got Xavier Howard covering people over there. I mean, bro, this defense is tough. Plus, that front seven is fast. They don't have the best pass rush right now, but they're fast. They get into to the football and they're stopping the run. So it's one of those situations, man, where yeah, you don't expect them to go very far, but just keep adding pieces to this very talented team so far.
And the best part about this week for this particular team is um we get to see them against a team that matches up pretty damn well with them. So I'm really looking forward to that this week. Shouts out to everybody in the comments. We got KG, we got Tanya, we got Big Shot. Any questions or whatever, anything like that today, we will be able to answer them. We are in our
Yeah, just
proverbial bags because this game here, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's not a lot to really talk about. So this is the views from the 22 in our bag session. Mailbag. Let's go.
yeah,
Um
yeah. Whatever questions, man. Because I mean, the reality of the situation is that the Packers should be able to win this game. I mean, the 49ers are practically playing with their practice squad, bro. Plus
yeah.
and more. You know what I mean? So right here, I mean, I see Tevin Coleman is obviously out. Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle, Debo Samuel, Jaquiski Tart is questionable along with Richie James, the receiver. Um, and then you got Brandon, the outstanding rookie, Brandon Ayuk. Is that how you pronounce it, Jeremy?
Yep. And Brandon Ayuk.
so, so I mean, he is supposedly on the COVID list. So, bro, this is an ugly thing. The Packers, on the other hand, there's a lot of people on the list, but it looks like a lot of them are going to play. Like, their outstanding corner, that you love, Jair Alexander.
Bakatari looks
Um,
like he's playing tonight.
yep.
Aaron Jones is playing tonight. I mean, they should be fine. The Packers, the only thing that the only people that are out this week is they got Redmond, a strong safety, Scott, free safety, Kevin King is also out. The injuries are kind of there for the Packers. It's not nothing that they can't get through, especially this week. Even if none of these other guys play. The 49ers, as you said, they're just playing with. I mean, Nick Mullins, I think, is going to be the starting quarterback tonight. So,
I mean, bro, I mean, we're going to have to, we got to talk about the Packers and what happened last week. Because, like, I mean, that's a game that you thought that they should be able to dominate, not necessarily dominate. It's a division game. The Vikings do have some good pieces, but it should have been a game that they should have won. Right now, we got Ronnie. Shout out to Ronnie. Big shot. He said, "Is Green Bay not getting a receiver a big deal as Main Street is making it?" In my opinion, Jerm might disagree with me, but there's been quite a bit already, 5 years where I felt like they should have added some more pieces for Rodgers. They're not doing that as much, you know, as much we go at him about certain things. To me, he's still the second best, third best. To me, he's still a top 5 quarterback. You know what I mean? So when you had a chance to add Will Fuller to opposite of Devontae Adams, let Devontae Adams work more of the short and intermediate part of the football field, I don't see how you pass on that. But again, they've always been a team. They've always been a front office that is very, very conservative with what they do, very calculated with what they do. But I mean, to me, it's not working, man. Like, again, the quarterback is at fault, but so is the coaching staff, so is the front office.
well, here's where I disagree. Receivers don't translate to wins. Devontae Adams is a very, very good player, but this is where you build a rapport with other receivers comes into play. So that means Equanimous St. Brown, for example. That's one guy that we scouted him, thought he was a good player. You have to get him on the field. But when you get him on the field, if he has bad weeks or he has a bad game, you can't take the kid off the field. You got to let him learn as they go.
Right.
That's the problem with the Packers is this. The quarterback is too big for his britches, and the people around him are struggling to develop because of that. So he is, in so many words, a cancer to certain parts of that organization. The receivers depend the most on the quarterback. That's the person who they have to have the biggest part of their relationship with is the quarterback. So with that being said, I'm not going to kill him too much because I don't have to kill Rodgers totally for this, but I think that's part of what the issue is. We just got to get rapport with these young guys. We got to get them comfortable, and we have to allow them to play their game.
Well, they also I heard Lazard was coming back soon, so I don't know if it's today's game or for next week. But I mean, that's a kid that has shown some sort of upside, you know what I mean? And it's just he's got to stay on the field. But Hey, I mean, you got your opinion on that, bro. I get it. These receivers, they depend on a lot of things to work well. The running game has to be doing well. The blocking has to be doing well, and the quarterback has to obviously put the ball in good places. We know that there's inconsistencies there with that with Rodgers, but when it comes down to it, he's a playmaker. He knows how to get out in space and get them the ball. And I mean, I thought Will Fuller would be a good fit, but you know, they didn't. So
Shouts out to Siobhan. To have an amazing show. Thank you. KG, how do you feel about the Colts versus the Ravens matchup?
I want
KG,
to see that.
I want to
I
see
want to
this
see that.
matchup for two reasons. Number one, the Steelers don't play it the same way that the Colts do, but some of those zone defenses that you've seen the Steelers play, the Colts
Mhm.
play those, but they play them a little bit more extreme.
And they got
And
fast plays also.
and they have better linebacker play in certain areas because excuse me, not
Devin
Dennis,
Bush was out. Devin Bush
Devin
was
Bush.
out. So
Devin Bush being out is one thing, but Darius Leonard, Anthony Walker, I actually like this Colts defense. I think
right,
they have some
what I'm
very,
saying
very, very good players there.
what I'm saying with Devin Bush being out, the Steelers were able to do that without Devin Bush, who is hands down one of the fastest linebackers in the league. So now you got a situation with Walker, you got a situation with Leonard, very fast young players. If I mean they got that kind of defense to give Lamar some issues too, man. It's gonna be interesting because the
Shouts
Ravens
out to
have to win this game.
Vic Domino. Shouts out to you. Take care of you too, fam. Be safe out there. Make sure make sure you save up those nickels and quarters. Congratulations to you, my brother.
Yeah.
But Vic, I don't disagree. I'm looking forward to the matchup for a lot of different reasons. Like I said, the secondary play. They got a guy named Julian Blackman who I was very very high on, who I think who's been a pretty good player for the secondary. Um, I'm just really looking forward to seeing how Lamar bounces back also this week. That's going to be very very important.
Right.
Lamar, you got to bounce back this week. You got to bounce back. You got to lead your troops and all those other things. Um, as far as the offensive line and the defensive line, we're gonna dive into this more. Of course, on Sunday. But I'm letting y'all know now, DeForest Buckner not going. He not going. You're gonna have to triple team him.
Oh, I thought you said he not playing.
No, he's not going. He's not going backwards. He's going forwards. That's what he's been
Oh,
doing
okay,
all
yeah.
season,
Oh,
going forward. So, DeForest has been a baller. That defensive line is DeForest Buckner, Justin Houston, and Tito in them. And they are playing very, very well. They don't have names. They just got guys with heart, guys that want to play, guys that are passionate about the team aspect of football. That's what makes them exciting to watch. I'm looking forward to this matchup on Sunday. Shouts out to my guy, Ronnie.
You got another question there.
I
I
got
know
you.
you see it. I
I'm
know you
about,
see
to, I'm
it.
about to get to. So Jimmy G was on a shaky ground anyway. Injuries aside, is it his time up in the Bay? I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth. Yes,
Come on, Ronnie,
yes,
man.
yes.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's not that he's a bad player. Let me say it like that. I just think for this offense, they need somebody a little bit more precise and a little bit better with the football. That's all. That's all I need to say. I don't need to kill Jimmy. I don't need to dog him. I can just say they just need somebody that's a little bit more precise and a little bit better with the football. Because if we play in a cold weather game, we already know we down 10. If we play in a game in which the windows are a little tighter and the offense is not going to be wide open, some of those throws is going to be high, low, side to side. We don't know where we're going to get the ball, but we ain't going to be in the breadbasket, Chief. And that's just what we know. So at the end of the day, bro, I'm going to pass it to you, Vic. I'm going to let you speak your piece on Jimmy G. Because
Listen,
that's
bro,
your punk ass friend.
bro, listen, I'm gonna put it into a perspective where you look at the whole picture, right? So we got 32 teams, we got 32 quarterbacks, and Jimmy is a top 32 quarterback in the world. Okay, so unless we got, I don't know, 15 other guys maybe to replace him, he's gonna be the quarterback there for a while, for at least the next 2 or 3 years. They still paying him a lot of money. And when that offensive line is doing good, when they got their running game, everybody's healthy. He's done fairly well. So I mean, you just came back. You just came out of a Super Bowl run. So it's one of those situations, man, where if you're able to trade, if you're able to draft a guy, because it is nothing about trading. You can't just trade any quarterback. You can't just sign any quarterback off the free agency list or whatever. It's about drafting. So unless you draft a good, solid young player, Jimmy is going to be the quarterback in the Bay for the next 4 to 5 years. Now we got Artie. Shout
Mhm.
out to Artie. Said, do you think the Packers trade stopping the run for pass rush and pass coverage?
If I'm reading this correctly and I'm understanding your question, Artie,
Yeah.
no, because pass rush and pass coverage is their strength. Stopping the run is actually their weakness. Because when you put the Smith brothers there last year, that was for the pass rush. That was to help that secondary. Darnell Savage last year was to help the secondary. Jair Alexander, shouts out to Ballaholic Films. That's my guy. Number one corner from his draft class, top 5 in the league right now. That kid in itself, that he was drafted for that reason. When you draft some of these guys that you've drafted as the Packers, the goal was to be able to get a pass rush and to have corners that can match up with some of these other guys. In your division alone, you had last year, you just had Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen that you had to go against. Believe it or not, Jair can match up with both of them, no matter where they are on the field. Why do I say Jair's top 5? Because Jair can play outside and he can also play inside. Playing inside is a huge part of playing corner because when you get those guys who can do that, that means that they can go anywhere on the field and it actually gives your defense a lot more flexibility in the secondary. Um, but besides that, I mean, remember, you no longer have Mike Daniels. You lost him. No more Muhammad Wilkerson. He was a big part of your run stopping defense as well. So it's just when you watch that Vikings game, they ran away from Zadarius Smith. They
Mm-hmm.
destroyed the right side of the Packers formation, which is the left side when we look at it from the defensive perspective. They killed the left side. So that means Big Preston, I need you to get your thing going. I need you to be better. I need you to do better. All those different things. So with all
he
that
was
being said,
getting he was getting pushed off the ball heavy. But real quick though, like I mean, like we talked about, bro, Jair's class, who else did they draft that year?
Josh
My
Jackson.
guy. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been drafting a lot of corners lately, within the last 4 or 5 years. They've been drafting a lot of defensive players on the defensive line as well. But they've been guys that, even though they've had productive seasons in college in terms of sacking the quarterback, they're not that at the NFL level. So
Shouts out to shouts out to shouts out to Bunky. That's Brittany in the comments. Thanks for stopping
yeah, what's
by.
funny?
This is a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for stopping by. Make sure
Wait,
you like and
so who
subscribe to the channel.
so who Bunky, bro?
I'm Bunky.
Who Bunky?
That's what she called me. She calls me Bunky.
Yo,
Bunky. But
yo,
hey,
yo, we got a new name for the germ. Put it right there at the bottom. Bunky so true.
yo, that's funny.
Bunky so true, dog.
Hey, Bunky Johnson.
Yo,
So
that's
with
funny.
that being said, you guys have any other questions or anything like that? Let us know. We got about 10 minutes before we break down the matchup in about 5 to 7. We just winging it, like I said, because there's not much to talk about it. Oh no, big shot, not you too. No, no, no.
Bunky
Oh,
so true.
oh man, you can't do that.
Duly noted.
Oh man.
Yo. Oh, that's funny.
Yo. So what is the key matchup for tonight's game for you, Vic? Let's start transitioning into this. What's the key matchup for tonight's game?
Bro, honestly, like with so many injuries for the 49ers, I mean, the Packers have to win this game convincingly, man. Like that loss last week, it was there was a point in that game where it looked like they were gonna breeze to an easy win, and I don't know what happened. I was watching the whole game, and all of a sudden it flipped. There was smiles in the first quarter, especially from Rodgers, who's always smiling, and then I don't know from the second to the fourth quarter, it was a wrap. The Vikings just dominated that run game. So I mean, you got a situation here where they should be able to get back together defensively, slow down this very soft 49ers offense right now. But then, offensively, the Packers are going up a still solid defense and they got to score some points. What happened, bro?
The pettiness that goes on in our group here, bro.
Yo,
So with that
that's
being
hilarious.
said, my key matchup for the
Oh, man.
night is really simple. Is Packers. Can you stop the run game? For the most part, the
That's all
49ers on
49ers
the
gonna
right
do.
side, yes. That's
That's
something
all they're
they
gonna do.
still can do well. They can block and they can run, especially on the right side. So did y'all come to play on the right side or no? That's the question tonight. So I'm looking forward to seeing them stop the run. Also, hey man, Devontae Adams should go crazy tonight. Like he should go like murder Mook in the second round against Tay Rock, which is
Yo,
bonkers. Like he should go crazy. He should go daylight in the second round against Tay Rock. Just crazy. He should reverse the Darwin theory on these folks this week. It should get emotional. So
KG
I'm
said,
telling y'all,
KG said, Birdman hand rub.
come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, yo.
Yo,
Hey man, look.
oh shit.
I'm glad that I am the epitome of an entertainment tonight. Are you not entertained, people? But
Hey, Brittany, listen, whoever she is, shout out, yo, because like the support is tremendous by a lot of the folks that come up here. So,
absolutely,
um,
absolutely.
it's
I'll shoot her a thank you text and tell her I appreciate her. But with
yeah.
that being said, Vic, let's break it down. We got Green Bay traveling to the Bay Area. Shouts out to my guy E Follow Fentane. Ooh, tell me where to go. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
I'm just looking forward to two things. 49ers, they said the over-under for this game. Vegas says the over-under is 48 and a half. I don't think it's going to be 48 points scored in this game because I think Green Bay is trying to get in and get out. I'm going to be honest with you. I think tonight is the night you get 14 points, 14-0, you get that score, and you try to cruise the rest of the night. We don't need, what we say, Vic, we pray nobody gets hurt. We
Nobody
want
get hurt.
everybody to be hurt. We want everybody healthy. We want everything to keep rolling. Green Bay is a 7-point favorite. Vic, who you got tonight?
I mean, I obviously got to go Green Bay, bro. I think it's going to be like 24-6, something like that. I mean, they should be able to, again, they should be able to do whatever they want offensively, and they need to get back on track defensively, man. They need to show that they're going to compete in this playoff run. Get Rodgers another matchup with Brady in the playoffs, man. Damn, it's too much to ask or what?
Hey, we may get, this is the year that it's possible for us to get it. We could get Drew Brees first Tom Brady. Again, we could get Aaron Rodgers first Tom Brady. We may be able to even get Big Ben versus Tom Brady in the
I was
Super
gonna say
Bowl or
that.
Pat Mahomes. Oh man, it's such this great. What a time to be alive. We get to see
Yeah.
the GOAT rock the boat. All right. But
One more time. One more
Kenny
time.
Clark is back as well as
Okay.
because he's not here on the injury report. And he
That's
was
big for
I
them.
think he played last week as well for them. So yes, he is back, KG. Give me the Packers as well. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. This should be a fairly simple 28-17 game. It shouldn't be anything more than that. We ain't got to go, you know, uh-uh. Uh-uh. This should be easy. 28-17, Green Bay Packers. Um, Aaron Rodgers, don't do nothing crazy. Aaron Jones, if you decide that you don't want to play Aaron Jones tonight, Jamal Williams should do just fine. Save him for the games that you're gonna need him. Bro,
Bro, go ahead, my
yes,
fault.
sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I don't. It's not very much else to say about the game. Normally, we got Mo in the building, and he can help us with some comedic brilliance. But what you got for me?
No, so if Kenny, I don't remember if Kenny was playing last week, but I'm checking now. But bro, if he was getting, because I mean, like you said, that left side was getting torn up, and the middle of that defense was getting torn up too by that Vikings offensive line and Dalvin Cook. So if Kenny Clark was playing last week, that's pretty interesting because he's typically very solid against the run.
Here, I can look at the stats right now. Hold on 1 second. 30 seconds. Yes, he did play. He had 4 tackles. Again, bro.
Check the film on that.
Hey, that deuce block, getting to the second level. Dalvin Cook did a hell of a job coming off those deuce blocks, filling those lanes quickly. And after that, one guy missed, and then he's off to the races. He had I counted 6 runs where he did an excellent jump cut, an excellent hesitation move, or he just great feel for the position. Those instincts that we talk about that you can't teach as a running back. Bro, he did a hell of a job, bro. I got to give him his credit. Right. Dalvin balled last week, so y'all need to.
If you remember when we talked about him coming out, what was the concerns? Is he going to stay healthy and is he going to stay out of trouble? I mean, because other than that, he's a good runner. You know,
excellent runner. Yep.
He's been on and off the injury list. You know, he is a running back. They're going to take their pounding. But other than that, I mean, dude is an easily top 5 talent. So,
absolutely. So, as we approach the 8 o'clock hour, we are Views from the 22 presented by The Scene. Again, make sure you guys like the Scene page on Facebook. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys also jump into groups. We got Petty in the Outfield. We got Stoppage Time FC, who has a show coming up really soon. We got 94 Feet of Life. We got a show coming for you guys tomorrow. Got part 2 of the Scout Extraordinaire, Myron Jenkins, Big Shot Ron, J Ham. We got some heat for y'all. Just remember The Scene, THE_SCEN. Make sure y'all subscribe and like and mash it. Y'all never know when we gonna go live, except for predictable days like this. Because Mama always said there'd be days like this. That being said, Vic Jr., final thoughts?
2-2, man. Just waiting for Sunday. That's all. Enjoy the game. Hopefully it's a good one at least today. Something to watch.
Wow. Okay, so Jamal Williams is on the COVID list. So Aaron Jones, you are playing tonight, more than likely.
Oh, shit. They're going to have to push him in there.
We apologize for Vic's language, YouTube. Dang.
What I do? What I say?
You said the S word, sir. S word.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I'll take it back.
Sorry, YouTube. We're trying to get them together, YouTube. So with that being said, we are out. 2-2.